So, here's the thing. I was all packed, ready to go, and in my mind, this trip was going to be one of those perfect vacations you dream about. You know, the kind of trip where everything falls into place. But that all changed the moment I walked up to the gate. The flight was overbooked. I remember hearing those dreaded words from the airline staff, and honestly, I felt this knot tighten in my stomach. Everyone around me was just as confused and frustrated. Some were trying to reason with the gate agent, others were looking at their phones, probably trying to figure out what they were going to do. But here's the thing, they didn't have an answer for me. Or for anyone. I wasn't sure what to do at first. My flight was delayed for hours. I had a connecting flight in another city that I was going to miss now. And just like that, I was stuck in this huge airport, trying to figure out how the heck I was going to make this work. If you've ever been in a situation like this, you know that sinking feeling. That mix of panic, confusion, and frustration. I felt like I was caught in a bad dream. I mean, this wasn't just a minor inconvenience. This was my whole trip now hanging in the balance. So I start searching online, checking every possible option I could think of, maybe a refund, maybe a rebooked flight, but nothing seemed to help. The worst part was that no one seemed to care that I was going to miss my next flight. It was like I was just one more frustrated passenger in a sea of hundreds. But here's the twist, when I checked my travel insurance, something clicked. Now, let me be honest with you. I wasn't always the type to get travel insurance. I thought it was one of those things people just add on because they're paranoid. But this moment, it made me realize how important it actually is. I logged into the insurance app and just hoped they'd have something that could help. And they did. In fact, I couldn't believe how fast they acted. Within minutes, I had a message from a representative who was already coordinating with the airline on my behalf. It was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. Long story short, the insurance covered my unexpected hotel stay, my meal expenses, and, best of all, they rebooked me on a new flight at no extra charge. My original flight was still delayed, and I thought I was going to lose so much money and time, but I was back on track in no time, with a flight that was only a few hours later. I'm not even joking when I say this felt like a miracle. I realized then that travel insurance isn't just about the obvious stuff like medical emergencies or lost luggage. It's about peace of mind when everything goes wrong and you don't know what to do next. I remember thinking how lucky I was, honestly, because I could have been totally stranded without any support. I had already started to think I'd just lose my money or get stuck with all these extra costs, but instead, I was able to turn it all around. So, here's the tip I learned the hard way. Never underestimate the power of having a solid backup plan for your travels. I've been using auras.insure ever since, and it's honestly been a lifesaver. I didn't expect it to come through for me like it did, but I trust it now. It's become my go-to for travel insurance because it actually saved my trip when I needed it most. If you're planning your next trip, I really recommend checking it out. It's not an ad, it's just something that helped me when I needed it most. And if you find yourself in a situation like I did, you'll be grateful you had that safety net. Trust me, it's worth it.